This is part one of two videos that will explain the main effects of time and group statistics. This first video will just show how to translate the data into your paper. You are expected to add a descriptive explanation of the statistical evidence to show the interaction and differences presented in Figure 1. You will write that information under comparison between control group and intervention group. The first sentence explains the name of the analysis that was performed. This part was done for you, but it was a 2x2 ANOVA repeated measure analysis. You should all have the same first sentence because the same test was run for all programs. It was a comparison of the mean before and after the program. In your paragraph, you'll first want to provide the descriptive statistics. You can get this information from the SPSS output. For this section, you'll want to have your SPSS output open as well as your Word doc. We will first report the statistical information before the program. If we take a look at the control group, we can see that the mean was 28.90 and the standard deviation was 5.122. We go back to our sample paragraph and we will see that the number of participants that completed the program was a lowercase n equals 100. The mean was 28.90 and the standard deviation was 5.12. We'll only be rounding to the second decimal place. Next, we will take a look at the intervention group. The intervention group's mean was 22.27 and the standard deviation was 4.47. You'll transfer this information over in the same format. N equals 100, mean equals 22.27, standard deviation equals 4.47 before the program. Next, we will look at the statistical information for after the program. The control group's mean was 29.37. The standard deviation was 4.836. So the APA format for that will be 4.84. The intervention group's mean was 32.27 and the standard deviation was 5.705. So 5.71 will go into your paper. Next, you need to provide the main effective time statistics and the main effective group. You will locate that information under the test of within subject's effect. The main effective time is in the first row. Your degrees of freedom is 1 and 198. Your F value is 911.275, or APA format would be 911.28. Your significance is 0.000. So in your paper, you will state it as P is less than 0.0001. And the partial eta squared is 0.822, or for APA format, it'll just be 0.82. So we'll take a look here. It's F, your degrees of freedom, 198. Your F value equals 911.28. Your p-value is less than 0.001, and your partial eta squared is 0.82. You'll want to take a look at the test of between subjects effect for the main effective group. The degrees of freedom here are 1 and 198. Your F value is 7.237. or 7.24, and your p-value is 0.008. The partial eta squared is 0.035, or APA format would be 0.04. So we take a look at the paper, and here is the information translated. Degrees of freedom, 1, 198, your F value, your p-value, and your partial eta squared. For the following sentence, you'll go back to the within subject's effect to compare both time and group. Here you see time and group. You will state that the degrees of freedom are the same, 1 and 198. The F value is 754.991. Translate that to 754.99 for APA. P is less than 0.0001. And the partial eta squared is 0.792 or 0.79 for APA format. Conclude the translation of data with one more sentence stating your findings. Part 1 of this video covered how to translate the data. Part 2 will go into further depth of what this all actually means.